Hi guys, Rob here, and this is week 8 of the lockdown, or ECQ is what they call it here in Cebu, or Mandawi where I am. It was extended for another 2 weeks, which is one of those frustrating moments. Anyway, it's for our safety, so I got another 2 weeks of this. In today's video, I want to show the COVID-19 cases in the Philippines. If you've been watching my other videos, you'll see how I've been showing it each week, so you can see the increases over that 2-month period. So if you want to check out my other videos, have a look at that. Number 2, I'm going to go down in the street and just speak to some poor people to see how they're coping with this pandemic here. And 3, I'm just going to show some general news in relation to COVID-19 here in the Philippines. So let's get to the video. The exact cause of the coronavirus is still debatable. Was it started by one person? It's crazy to think how one person can spread to like millions of people worldwide. Or the theory that it was started in a lab in Wuhan. I'll just blame it on the cat. So the worldwide figures for the coronavirus are up to nearly an incredible 5 million people. Unbelievable figures, with nearly 320,000 deaths and with nearly 2 million people recovering. If we break this figure down into countries, you can see the USA is leading with over 1.5 million cases, way higher than anywhere else. The next closest is Russia, with nearly 300,000 people. Mostly European countries make out the top 10. I'll scan down, you can see the top 50 countries, with the Philippines being at number 43 in the world. Looking more closely at the Philippine figures, as per the time of making this video, they had 12,718 cases, with 2,729 recoveries and 831 deaths. When you look at the Department of Health website, those 12,700 plus cases shows that 9,158 of those cases are still active. If we break it down into regions in the Philippines, in my case where I am, Cebu City has 1,552 cases, and particularly Mandawi City, where I'm at the moment, with 100 cases. So I just wanted to share some news of today. I've just been looking in the Freeman paper this morning, which is a local paper that's written in English. One of the articles was about the corruption in the Philippines in regards to the government payout of the 6,000 peso that I was showing you last week. There's 23 official or barangay officials being investigated, with 110 possibly cases being filed as well. Over 100 people possibly going to be investigated over this with corruption in that payout of that money. So people really struggling with all this lockdown with the coronavirus. It's just disgusting. I mean, shame on all those people involved. Another interesting article was about the whale sharks in Oslob, and with the lockdown they shouldn't be getting fed. So what's going to happen to them? Are they going to swim off? They haven't been fed for 2 months possibly, and imagine they just swim off. That's going to be a major hit to tourism here in Cebu, because the whale sharks in Oslob are one of the biggest tourist attractions here. Some people will be actually happy about that, but obviously others who are making money from it won't. So just a plug for the Freeman, if you're here in Cebu or coming to Cebu and you want to read an English written newspaper, this is the one to check out. On the tourism topic, Mactan Airport has extended their closure. Cebu Pacific, the country's biggest budget airline, reported a huge loss for the first quarter of this year. We travel in the Philippines, get used to traveling in jeepneys with plastic to separate the passengers. Traveling here will be different, at least in the short term. So this is Edmond here, who's a resident of Cebu, I guess.
Yeah, I am a resident of Cebu. I'm not a resident of this place.
You got stuck here.
I got stuck here because of my mom threw me out of the house.
Okay.
Because I have a disease in my blood, but that's okay. I've learned to move on. I've been stuck in this place for a year now. That's why I was able to get this.
Okay.
You won't be able to get this one if you're not at least 6-month residents of this place. But I've been living in CICC for more than 6 months already. I've been here for the past 12 months.
Okay. So how are you coping with this lockdown or the ECQ? How difficult is it?
You feel like you're being strangled.
Yeah.
Like 2 hands are holding your neck. It's like you're being ringed. It's so hard because even if you want to breathe, there's always something that will not allow you to do. Like for example, if you want to get a haircut, you will not get a haircut because there are no barbershops. Even that barbershop over there is not open. If you want to go to the internet, there are no internet shops open because it's closed.
It's only the bank,
The banks, those
pharmacy.
stores, the pharmacies are only open. So those are the only things which you can spend your money on.
Yeah.
Either you buy medicines, you buy food, or other essentials. That's all. It's really hard in this situation right now because trying to live in a modified enhanced community quarantine or MECQ here in the Philippines, it's really hard because they're like trying to bring you in the neck. But at least now I have hope that it will pass on the midnight of
The
May
31st.
31.
Yeah.
That's already the 1st of June. So by the 1st of June, we will all have a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
We will not live like other chickens, like we live one scratch, one peck. We won't live like that anymore. I'm also hoping that because since we have been in MECQ, the government will still give us the support that we need for us to live. Remember the one I told you yesterday about the SAP? I'm hoping that the government will still give us because I have heard from the news that it may not be. It may not be.
So, but they've given already 5,000 or 6,000 peso already, and you'll think they're going to give another installment.
Might be.
Maybe.
That is the problem because the word there is the operative the word there is might. I've actually read in the newspaper that our presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said we might like we cannot eat your might.
Yeah.
We need to have might in our hands for us to live. We could not live simply by asking alms. For me, I am not used to asking alms. I have not been brought up by my mom to ask for alms.
What are the biggest struggles?
The big struggle is actually I was going to graduate this year. Actually, it was on March 23, but it was cancelled because of this season.
So you're not graduated. So
Yes.
when is that being postponed until? Did you actually finish, or
Yes, I finished.
you just
but-
waiting for graduation?
Actually, it was moved on this coming May 20, but because of this MECQ,
Yeah.
it was cancelled again.
Again, like how much harder is it? Is getting food? Is it the same? Like, or is it getting food and water and just living day to day? Is that much more difficult now?
For me, it's not that very difficult because, of course, the government supported us. But the most difficult is that we can't go in the place what we want, especially this time is the summer.
Yeah.
So we can't go to beaches,
Yeah.
mountains, and anywhere.
So
we
it's
want
also
to go.
about mental health. You're just stuck at home. You're going crazy in the minds.
For me, especially, I'm a teenager. I need to explore to every
Get
place
out.
I want to go to.
Yeah. And how about your friends and all that? You can't see your friends, only the ones that are
Yeah,
close
actually,
by?
I have friends in the Cebu City. Then I can see them because of this ECQ. But luckily, I have still friends here
Yeah.
like them that always supported me in this time of crisis.
And the payout you got from the government, how long is that lasting? Is the 6,000, or did you get
That
6,000?
6,000 is very helpful for us because we buy some food that we need, medicines, water, and everything that we need. Still, we're very thankful because just now we received I think 10 kilos of rice.
You got 10 kilos of rice as
Yes,
well.
just now.
Just now, today?
Yeah, today.
And how long will that 10 kilos last for?
I think it will last for 1 week for us.
1 week. And like how many people in your family?
4 people
Okay.
per person.
And the 6,000 will last for how long?
I think it will be less than 1 month for us.
So when the ECQ finishes, that should cover it. Like your parents working, or
My mother is a vendor, food vendor in here.
is she working now, like selling, or
No,
closed?
because of this ECQ, there's no one will buy of the food because they might think it is very dirty because of this virus.
Yeah.
So one of the good things that happen in this ECQ is we have some more time to bond with our families.
That's
We,
you got to look at the positive, yeah. So
exactly.
bonding.
you know, in every crisis, we must not look into the negative side.
Correct.
We must always look on the positive side because we will not live. We will not move on in everything if we just live on negative side. Because you know what? Sometimes people always think negative. They always think that we can't pass this. No, no, no. We can't pass this. But they didn't think that, you know what? Because of this coronavirus, this pandemic, the earth became beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pollution is
The
decreased.
pollution decreases.
That's one thing I've noticed when I got out of the hotel on the balcony. I can say, oh, it's fresh air.
It's actually, this pandemic has taught us to really look
Appro-
on the positive side of life.
Where you really appreciate your family and
Exactly.
friends that help you out and all that, and obviously some who don't, and obviously
There are people who are still so negative, even the newspapers who are saying, we should not be going to GCQ. Why not? Instead of rather putting us all on a quarantine, why not let us all continue with our lives? But if you see like certain clusters, you lock down that place, right? Like you lock down that place, only that place. That the like for example, if there are 5 houses who have coronavirus cases, you lock down that place. You lock down that CTO. You lock down that barangay. You don't lock down the whole country because it only worsens the case that we can't do anything with the economy right now. In as much as we would want to help with the economy become vibrant again, it used to be vibrant, but now what can we do? Because of this pandemic, we're living on one scratch, one peck. We don't want that anymore. We want to eat as much as possible. Filipinos love to eat. Filipinos love to eat.
yeah, I see. Yeah.
But because of this pandemic, it somehow has taught us that, hey, you're not allowed to eat anymore. What do you want us to do? Die from the virus or die from the hunger? They're making us choose that,
Which is the worst.
which is the worst.
punishment.
Like, we don't want that. I'd rather that you, instead of locking the whole country down, just lock a certain area where there are a lot of viruses rather than the whole country.
So, what is your final word for the people out there?
In my opinion, I would just like to say people must stay positive. Everyone in this world must stay positive because God will not give this problem if we can solve this.
Exactly.
Solve it. Thank you.
And what's your name?
I'm Christine, Faith Illustricity.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Please keep safe out there. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Be safe.